Hey guys, Jens here, and today I'm gonna see the PvP changes in real time while I'm recording this. I know one, which is Shield Streak. It was nerfed. My friend already told me, and from what he said on the Facebook chat, he told me as well that that Divine Tool wasn't nerfed for it. So it's already promising. But let's see, I'm recording this. I just took my coffee. It's 7 a.m. in Portugal. I usually wake up early to work out, so but I decided to do this before. Let's see. Okay, so Frosty guys, there is Shield Streak nerfed by 10%. Since they are getting a 5% buff, I think it's fine. Let's see the rest. Okay, most of these changes were already here, like Havoc, BM, Survival, Frost Mage. Okay, Paladin. Shadow Resistance Aura will no longer be removed from the Paladin when they die. I hope there's more. This is actually a buff to Paladin teams against Warlock and Shadow Priest, because usually when you kill the Paladin, the Shadow Resistance Aura would go, so even when killing the paladin now, you need to still play the game out because you're doing 15% less damage. Okay. Asa, it's the same. Enhancement, it's the same. Warlock fixed an issue where Resolute Barrier Conduit effect should be placed on cooldown when the Warlock took damage lower than 5% of their maximum health. I mean, the it's a nerf, but do Warlocks still play this? This conduit is terrible unless you're being trained 24/7 and you use wall on the first go. This it's useless against RMP, for example. Okay. Destruction got buffed by 5%. Arms buffed by 3%. Master and Commander PvP talent reduces the cooldown of Rallying Cry by 60 seconds. It's a 2-minute cooldown instead of one. This is a nerf against RMP. It's a nerf against any setup go back because warriors play this talent against any setup go, like Shadow Priest Fire, for example. They would just have rally every 2 goes pretty much. So okay. Fury was buffed, and then another PvP talent. Okay, it was Rallying Cry again. And is that it? Okay. Well, this was a fast video, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what Blizzard is thinking. Apparently, Resolute Barrier wasn't working properly. It was actually stronger than it was. So now, if you're a Warlock, never pick this up. It doesn't reduce the. Okay, unless you're being trained, it doesn't reduce the cooldown that much. So there's no point playing this conduit. It's probably it's a pretty bad conduit. You might as well just play the Drain Life one, and you'll be better. Yeah, these changes do nothing for PvP. Like Turbo got buffed, RM Palo with Asa Rogue got buffed. We didn't see. Okay, I don't know what to say. We didn't see a Holy Paladin nerf. Like when This quite pays the Blizzard devs for them not to nerf like Windwalker Fire Mage Holy Paladin. Like in both AWC finals, there were four paladins playing. I think Sidio at some point played the Resto Shaman, but you didn't see Resto Druids, and I'm gonna talk about the Twitter um, people saying that we don't want the meta with the Resto Druids, like Ratapai and Magnus said that. Okay, I'm gonna talk in a sec. We didn't see any nerfs to combustion. We didn't see any nerfs to windwalkers, even though they are dominating in PvE as well. Any nerfs to holy paladins. I think I already said that, but yeah, it's the any nerfs to prot paladins. Any buffs to mistweavers. Warlock survivability actually got nerfed apparently. Doing too well. Warriors got nerfed in rallying cry, like when the problem is ignore pain and intervene. This talent nerf, it's also a good nerf, so if you're an RMP, you have a bigger chance now than before to actually kill someone. But this does nothing to PvP. Nothing. The meta won't change. You might start seeing more Asa rogues instead of sub rogues, and that's legit the only change. I think I'm not in favor of saying fire this dev or fire that other dev or whatever. Even when Celastalon was a PvP, it was a designer, a class designer, and he destroyed the classes in Legion. But whoever is taking charge of this type of changes, like whoever allows this to happen and a class like Holy Paladin not being nerfed needs to be moved. Um, Not fired, but moved away from these type of decisions because this affects people actually. This affects a lot of people that play the game, a lot of players that want to PvP, and a lot of pro players as well. Players that want to become pro at some point, players that just like to have fun and they can't right now because of Holy Paladins. Like this affects a big part of the player base, this type of changes. And the lack of changes, this is why I'm waiting for TBC, because besides the game being better, at least I know what I can count on, right? Um, I know that SLSL Warlock will be overpowered. I know that Rogues will be overpowered. I know that Resto Druids will be overpowered. The same with Disc Priests. The same with Mages in RMP. Like, right now the problem is, and even back then I remember I wouldn't be too worried about changes because they knew what they were doing. For example, in Season 5, DKs were super overpowered. They fixed that. They actually fixed that, and going from Season 5 to Season 6, it was a whole new world where DKs were still very good, but they weren't overpowered. Survival Hunters were still very good, but they weren't overpowered. That's why I remember Wrath of the Lich King PvP so fondly, because the devs actually took their job seriously and knew that this kind of stuff affects people. And right now they don't. They clearly don't. Like you have Mistweavers not being able to do arena. or any type of form of content, and they don't buff them. And just whoever signed on these changes for PvP just needs to be moved. There's no way that. And my question is, we know because Kriska, like he told us pretty much that at least two people are working on PvP. Where the fuck are the PvP changes? Where is the holy paladin nerf that we so need? We You might not nerf or buff anything, just nerf holy paladins at least. Then we have a new meta and we will go from there. I don't mind another week or two of fucking bullshit design, bullshit tuning, but you need to nerf this fucking class. We need to know how the damage is when are other healers that are not holy paladin healing it. And trust me, it's the damage it's very high. Games won't go into really deep dampening. But yeah, on the I'm gonna end up this video with the tweet that Ratapai sent, which was you think you want a Wrestle Druid meta, but you don't, kind of some bullshit like that. So you think you hate Holy Paladin meta, wait until you see the Wrestle Druid meta. And to that I say I'd rather have a Wrestle Druid meta because they don't have as many external cooldowns. Their healing it's actually counterable, and yeah, they can go for drinks every time they want, but you can actually try to punish someone than having this bullshit. If you think a Holy Paladin meta is better than a Wrestle Druid one, you're fucking stupid. And these players keep saying this. Magnus said the same. These players keep saying this because they either play with a Holy Paladin, I guess, or Ratapai, I would say it's because it's way easier to adapt as a healer to a Holy Paladin, where you press, like, it's way, you have more chances of being good at Paladin than being good at Druid, because Druid actually takes some form of skill. It's probably the hardest healer to to learn because it's so different from the others. You want CC, it's not only fucking go on a horse and hodge someone. No, you actually need to think about your position, because as a druid, if you get stunned while trying to clone, you might be dead. So for those players that keep saying that Wrestle Druid meta is worse than this, first it wouldn't have we wouldn't be in a Wrestle Druid meta. You still have shamans being extremely strong. You still have these priests being able to be aggressive on the druids if they go for clones, for example. So that's the first one. It wouldn't be a Wrestle Druid meta if you nerfed Paladins and you slightly buffed Wrestle Druids. And even if it was a Wrestle Druid meta, it would have been 10 times better than waiting for fucking 60% dampening, because the Paladin is just fucking throwing their hands and reading the book instantly. Uh, they don't even cast, so yeah. At least Wrestle Druid has to cast regrowths and clones, so yeah, you're fucking stupid if you think a Wrestle Druid meta is worse than a Holy Paladin meta. Holy Paladin meta it's absolutely, especially when they don't cast, it's the absolutely worst meta in the game. But anyways, with the Mistweavers are really oppressive as well. Because you can't really, those, yeah, you can't really punish because the Mistweaver just rolls around the pillar and you can cast AC. But yeah, I'm really disappointed. At this point, I, I I said it yesterday to my friends. Like, there's no way they don't nerf Holy Paladins. There's no way they don't nerf Prot. And we've been saying this for, I don't know, since season two, week two, because we noticed pretty fast that Holy Paladins were indeed overpowered. Because when we started and when we got to top 100 or top 120 in EU, we started to face some holy paladins, and it started to feel like it was impossible. And in week two, it seemed like everyone already rolled the holy paladin, and we started to chill on the queues because of that. And now we still don't see any buffs. And since then, I've been saying, no, they need to nerf this fucking class. So like, no way they live this like this, right? It's just way too strong, and there it is, no nerf. even even when it's the healer that dominates the fucking AWC. And it doesn't dominate by a little margin, no, it dominates by a fucking huge margin. With only Rasta Shaman melee Cleaves being able to even try to win against Holy Paladin teams. And most of the time fail miserably, so yeah. But yeah, guys, this is all I got. Tomorrow I'm gonna make a video about solo queue since there's no changes and why is it bad, um, in my opinion. But oh my god, they actually didn't nerf this fucking class. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching and roll Holy Paladin. Like, the meta won't change until season 2, so just roll whatever, it's forum. Just have some fucking fun in this game because it's impossible to have fun if you're not playing meta right now because of this fucking class. So yeah, peace.